Greetings! Now that you guys had a sample of what constitutes an average essay, let's take a look at how one student was able to transform a different essay question, but with the same underlying purpose. Tell me about yourself. In our last class, we were presented with the question, in order for the admissions staff of our college to get to know you, the applicant, better, we ask that you answer the following question. Are there any significant experiences you have had or any accomplishments that you have realized that have helped to define you as a person? Now, did you really hit pause and think long and carefully about this question? How would you have answered this question? If you haven't done so, hit pause and think about your response before I show you Hugh Gallagher's essay. Okay, I trust you did, so let's move on and read this essay now. If not, go back and hit pause. So, did you enjoy it? Did you get a good feel for who Hugh Gallagher is as a person, compared to the other essay written by Ashley? Let's see why Hugh's is better. First off, he uses a double meaning word, scale. I can actually picture him physically crushing the ice with his board or skis. He then goes on to talk about his hobbies and indirectly states that he is hardworking by not having to say he's hardworking. He's demonstrating it through action during his lunch break. He also talks about how he works for free. I can picture him running around and traveling all over the world. And which kid in high school has won an award through opera? Not many. So he wants you to know that. Without going too much into detail, he then creates an interesting pause here and talks about how he likes water sports. So far, this student hasn't used a single ACT word, like the word alacrity, anywhere yet. Of course, you'll see that occasionally he'll throw in a double meaning word or a hard vocabulary word here, but it fits well with his overall well-written essay. Overall, Hugh's essay has proper parallelism, such as I translate, I write, I manage, and here, I pilot, I cook, I am, and I have, and I have here. He also sporadically uses hard words such as hoe, deft, hoard, moulet, and unflagging. He's funny because he knows the location of every food item in the supermarket. Spoke to Elvis. Can cook 30-minute brownies in 20 minutes. And can go to battle with a moulet and toaster. He uses paradoxes to make humor, such as full contact origami. I'm sure he could have also brought out the same joke by saying full contact chess, but wanted to show he's artistic. He's also athletic, batting .400, and travels a lot. I mean, there's just too many things to list, as he really does a wonderful job describing himself. His ending here is also super creative. He's done so many things at such a young age, and yet the only thing he's never done before is go to college. Genius. Now, to be honest, who gave the admissions officer a better picture of who they really are? Ashley with her story about Shanghainese, or Hugh with his story about his life?
Definitely Hugh. I had no idea that we can be so creative when it comes to writing.
Yes. After seeing thousands of essays each month, it's a breath of fresh air when a student comes up with something so creative. I mean, if you were an admissions officer and this student had only an 87 average, yet his English grades are consistently 99, would you let this student in your journalism program? Also, speaking of creative, MIT once asked on their essay, what is the most daring thing you've ever done? And a student responded in a single sentence, This is the most daring thing I have ever done. Very daring indeed. But since this has been done before and widely known, to be the second person to follow in that footstep would be foolish and not creative anymore.
Of course, regardless of his GPA or SAT scores, I'm already sold.
Exactly. Now that you have a flavor for what is interesting writing versus standard boring writing, I'll show you another essay that another student wrote and have you critique it in our next lesson.